So now we will see switch statement in JavaScript. So guys, basically the switch statement is used in order to perform the different actions based on the different conditions over here. And instead of using the if else conditional statements that we had seen previously, you can also use the switch statement if you have multiple different actions to be performed based on the expression's value. So guys, over here, this is the syntax that you can use. First of all, you have to use the switch keyword over here, and then inside the open and close parenthesis, you need to provide the expression. It can be a boolean value over here or a simple number as well that is being passed to the switch statement in this case. This expression can be any number over here or the string as well, and based on the value of this particular expression, the control flow will try to match the number or the string over here inside the block of code. So guys, over here, if this particular expression is equal to x, so basically the case keyword is used followed by the value that is x over here. So if the expression is equal to x, so this block of code that is matching the case x over here will be getting executed. So basically this code block will be executed, after which we have to provide the break statement so that the control flow comes out of the switch statement over here. And then if the expression is equal to y, so basically the control flow will come over here. It will check that y is not equal to x this time, but the next case, that is case y, will get match over here, and then this particular code block will be executed, and then we have the break statement once again. And then guys, after this, in the end, we should also have the default case over here, which will help us in order to execute this code block when there were no matches for these particular cases inside the switch statement. So guys, let us check the working of the switch statement in JavaScript over here. Let me just remove the previous lines of code that we had written in the VS Code. So over here, what we will do is, let us say we provide the variable name that is option in this case, and we provide the value as 1 over here. Now guys, after this, we will provide the switch statement over here. So we have the switch keyword and then followed by open and close curly braces, and this time we are passing the variable name that is option, and then after this we have the open and close curly braces. Now guys, inside the switch statement, that is inside the curly braces, we need to define different cases. So let's say we have the first case over here. We use the case keyword followed by the space character, and then what kind of values can be present inside this option. So we have the very first option, that is 0 in this case, and then after the colon we have to provide the block of code over here. So simply we are going to provide the console.log statement this time, and then we will say option 0 is selected. So guys, basically we have started the options from the 0th number over here, and then after this console.log statement, you can have more number of statements over here, after which you need to provide the break statement. So guys, basically this is very important for the control flow to come out of the switch statement. So over here, after the break statement, we will define another case. So let us say we move to the case 1 this time, and simply we will provide the console.log statement once again, and this time we will say option 1 is selected over here, and then again we will provide the break statement. Now guys, similarly I'm going to copy paste this line of code over here, and again we are going to provide case 2 this time, and then we will say option 2 is selected. So guys, basically we have defined different options over here, that is case 0, case 1, and then case 2, and based on the value inside this particular option, the console.log statement will be printed over here. Now guys, in the end what we will do is, let us say the option value is some other value apart from this 0, 1 and 2 numbers that we have provided. So simply we are going to provide the default keyword over here, in which case whatever other values that are provided to the option variable will get matched with the default case over here, since it is not matching with the other cases that we have already defined. So guys, over here again we are going to provide the console.log statement, and this time we will say some other option was selected. So guys, basically this will tell the user that some other option was selected apart from option 0, option 1 and option 2 in this case. And then guys, after the default case, it is not necessary to provide the break statement over here. That's because that is the last statement inside the switch statement that we have already defined. So guys, let us see what will be the output of this particular switch statement that we have defined over here in JavaScript. So let me just save this file now and try running this code, that is test.js file in this case. So as you can see, option 1 is selected is getting printed. That's because option value is 1 over here, and when the control flow comes inside the switch statement in this case, first of all case 0 is getting checked. So is option equal to 0? No in this case. So the control flow goes to the next case, that is case 1. So is option equal to 1 this time? Yes in this case. So basically basically option 1 is selected is getting printed over here. Similarly, if the option is 0, then this particular statement will be printed. So guys, let us check that as well. So when we set the value of option as 0 over here at the start of this particular program, so when we save this file now and try running this code once again over here, as you can see option 0 is selected is getting printed over here. Similarly, in order to print this, option 2 is selected, we have to set the option value as 2 over here, and when we run this code once again, you can see that option 2 is selected is getting printed over here. And what if we provide the option equal to 3 value? So let us see what will be the answer. Basically, none of the cases will get matched over here, and finally the control flow will come to the default case in this case, and basically this is the statement that must be printed. So let me just save this file now and try running this code. As you can see, some other option was selected is getting printed over here. So guys, in this way the switch statement works. You can also provide any of the string values as well to the option variable, and the same string values must be provided for these cases in order for them to match when the control flow is checking the values. Now guys, apart from this, not only the variable names over here, but you can also provide the expression. So let us say we have provided the option is equal to 3 and we do option minus 1 over here this time. So basically what is getting passed to the switch statement over here? Option minus 1, which means 3 minus 1, it is equal to 2. So basically case is equal to 2. This particular line of code should get printed over here. Let me just save this file now and try running this code once again. So as you can see, option 2 is selected is getting printed over here. Now guys, very important thing, what happens if we don't provide the break statement over here? So I have commented this particular break statement. Let us see what will be the output. So when we save this file now and try running this code once again, you can see that option 2 is selected is getting printed, which is correct over here. But the control flow after printing this particular statement is not going out of the switch statement this time, and it is printing the default case as well. You can see that some other option was selected is also getting printed. So guys, for this reason it is very important that you provide the break keyword over here after each and every case, and you can ignore the break statement for the last case, that is the default case. That's because that is the last statement to be checked over here, after which we don't have any other cases to be checked. So guys, always remember to provide the break statement after each and every case that you have provided inside the switch statement. And when we provide option minus 2 over here, when the value of option is equal to 3, the option will be equal to 1. So what will be the output in this case? Comment in the comment section below. Let us see whether your answer is correct or not. So please make sure that you like this video so that it reaches to more people, and subscribe to this channel so that you get the notifications on upcoming videos as well. I'll see you in the next video, in which we are going to learn about an exercise in order to greet based on the time in JavaScript. So stay tuned.